Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is well and happy. I hope everyone is well and happy. I hope we are all fine where we are. Right. Yes. Sorry that it started a bit past the time, but it's all good that we start anyway. And I hope everyone is good. As now it is exactly what it is 8 minutes past 1, so we're going to get directly into the lesson. I wanted to just check on everyone exactly from looking at the past lessons when it comes to patterns, because the last time we looked at patterns, we looked at when we're looking at patterns and the rules, how does that work out? When patterns and looking at the rules of patterns, how does that work out? That's what we looked at the last time. So I want to check from that, can anyone really tell me what have they learned? Looking at patterns and the rules and all of that, much of that, what have they learned? What have you learned from understanding, from what you've learned so far about patterns? What have you learned so much? What can you reflect from what you've learned so far about patterns?
So I've learned that patterns, it's either you add, you multiply, or you subtract, and patterns are either continuous or they don't go together.
All right. So you can either multiply, or add to get the following number, subtract, add, or divide to get the following number, or, and as well as that, you can find out that they go on forever or they terminate. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else to tell us what they've learned? What have they learned from this? What have they learned? Anyone else?
So
Hello?
me, I I knew how to do my divisions properly, and I know how to do multiplication and division nicely now.
All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you know how to divide to get the quotient, and you also know how to multiply to get the product. Good. I'm happy if you guys have found yourself understanding. I'm really happy if you have found a place of understanding, especially now since we're speaking about patterns. I'm happy if you found a place of understanding, because that is where it is very, 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 very important. That you find a place where not only do you understand, but you also get an opportunity to question and see see things, to say, okay, do I understand this? Don't I understand this? What is the problem? So I'm really glad that you guys have actually found or taken the opportunity of really understanding the work and trying your best to understand. Besides that, I'm really impressed and I'm happy. Let's go into the work. Okay, so this is my Twitter handle. This is my email address. Please, guys, if you have anything, contact me with either through Twitter or either through my email address. So the last time we spoke about geometric patterns, and we said it's a pattern that's formed using geometric shapes or repeated as a design. Then we spoke about a pattern saying a pattern is like a trend, something that's like, or not really a trend, or something that keeps on going, that's happening on and on repeatedly, right? And then we spoke about patterns either being repeating or growing, meaning that it's the same thing over and over again, or they grow, especially with numbers, meaning that and the number that you add by keeps on changing. Right, and then we spoke about increasing repeating patterns, decreasing repeating patterns, increasing growing patterns, and decreasing growing patterns, which came to the rules, to say that each and every pattern has a rule. We spoke to say that, look, that when we look at each and every pattern individually, we must respect the fact about rules. We must respect the fact about rules. And having that in mind is that the only way you can extend a pattern or continue going down, decreasing until you reach zero is if you follow the rules of the particular pattern. That's the only way patterns work, that you must continue following the rule. You must continue staying to the rule. Right. Right now, I would love to give you guys 3 minutes just to quickly put this down. 3 minutes just to have this down. You can either screenshot or write it down, but 3 minutes just to get this down as quick as possible. Three minutes, quickly write that down or take a question now. Hello?
Sir, can you hear me?
Sorry?
Sir,
Yes?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I wanted to ask, is it me? Is it my side or is it me that, or is it only me on my side? Because you are glitching here a lot.
I can hear you, but it's like off and on. Probably I'm not sure whether it be my network or can be your network. That's quite a problem. But it does happen.
Okay, sir.
All right. Just check on your side while I also try and check on my side. All right. Guys have 40 seconds remaining. You have 40 seconds remaining. If you're done, please write in the chat that you're done so we can move right along. Because there's some real work that we're going to do. Awesome, 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 awesome. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm giving you guys from question 1 up to 9. I'm giving you guys 5 minutes to do it. On the 1 minute mark, I'm going to tell you that it's 1 minute to go. So 5 minutes starts now. 5 minutes to do question 1 up to 9. Your 5 minutes has started. One minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. Who is done? 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 It's good. It's good. Who is done? Who is going to be able to explain to us what they got and what is the rule? What answer did you get and what did the rule? Almost 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. Let's go in and ask. Hello.
There, the first one, it's times
Yes.
5. It's a 5 times table, and the rule is add 5. And that last question, the answer there, it's 30. And the rule
Alright.
is add 5.
Let's start from number 2. Number 2 wants us to add what?
Well, it wants us to add 3, sir. Sir,
They want you to add 3. So number 2, you must be adding 3. So what the rule is to?
the rule is to add 3, sir.
So what type of pattern are we dealing with there?
We're dealing with ongoing pattern.
All right, ongoing, repeating. Yeah, I could say that it's similar to each other, but all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
All right. Hello. Hello. No one. Hello.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you, sir?
I'm good. Number 3 needed us to do what?
Number
What is the
3,
answer? And then number 3 needed us to do what?
number 3, sir, needed us to minus 6.
So what is the following term after 12?
6.
So it's 6.
Yes, sir.
What is the rule?
Minus 6.
Right. So you subtract 6.
Yes, sir. You subtract 6.
Subtracting 6, and then you're going to keep on going down until 0.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So it's a decreasing pattern.
Yes, sir. It's a decreasing pattern, which means it gets less and less.
100%. 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Let me get maybe number number 8. Hello?
So the rule for number 8 is to subtract 3. The answers are
Right. So what are the
the
numbers that you're
pattern
going
is
to get
27,
after 24?
24. The pattern is 27, 24, 21, 18, 15, and 12.
So 21, 18, 15, and 12. Awesome, 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 awesome. So best thing to understand to do this work is understand the rules. That's all. There's nothing difficult about understanding patterns and the rules. Once you follow patterns and the rules, your life becomes easier. So now we need to speak about extending. This is now whereby you need to see that there are like within sets, you know, sets sometimes they'll have 3 types of pictures or 4, and then they'll have tables, and in that table there'll be more than one pattern, and you need to decipher using the patterns itself to see how can you get the next 30, or how do you get the next number without even having to redraw the pattern again. So now between size 1, size 2, size 3, I want to ask from you guys, what do you see? What type of connections do you see from size 1, size 2, and size 3? What do you understand? What can you grasp? What notes can you take down? Let's take down notes to see what are the things that we recognize looking at size 1, size 2, size 3. Purple tiles and white tiles are arranged to make the following drawing geometric patterns. So what can we put down? What do we recognize about just size 1, size 2, and size 3? What do we recognize? Let's investigate. Let's say that we are scientists and we are investigating. So what do we recognize? What is common? What is similar? Hello? Hello? Okay. Hello?
Sir?
Yes, what do you
Sir,
recognize?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So, sir, what I recognize from size 1 only has 2 shaded blocks.
All right.
And then
And-
size 2 has 2 shaded blocks, which means this cube added 2 more blocks which have to be shaded in.
Mhm.
And
And
then
then-
size 3 added another 2, which will make 2, 4, 6 blocks all in all for size 3. So here you're adding
Okay.
2.
Okay, so you realize that in each of the, as we go along, the more purple blocks are being added.
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. Besides the purple blocks, what do we see? Besides the purple blocks, what do we see? Anyone? Besides the purple blocks, what do you see? Hello? Okay. I want to ask, besides the purple blocks, besides focusing on the color, because you know the human brain normally is attracted and focuses on color, what do you guys see? What can you note? What can you tell? Besides just looking at the purple blocks in the center, what can you tell? What do you recognize? What do you see? Besides just the purple blocks. Besides the purple blocks, anyone, what do you see? Besides in size 1, size 2, and size 3, besides the purple blocks, what do you actually see? Let me try here. Hello? All right, it's quiet. Let me check in the chat. Right, so someone says the white blocks are added. So as we go along, more white blocks are added, which is true. One thing we need to understand in this relation is that, look, from size 1 to size 3, there are changes. That, yes, the purple blocks do increase, the white blocks do increase, and also, all in all, the total number of blocks would increase. But now we need to understand what patterns would we need to recognize? Let me come. As we go along, right? As we go along, we can start here. We start with 2 purple blocks, then goes to 4, then goes to 6. So it tells you that as we go along, we keep on adding 2, which is not really a problem. Then you go with the white blocks and then you say, okay, the first one is 10. What's the next one? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? And count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Getting 14, it's 14, not 16, it's 14. So in the second size, you get 14 blocks. Right. And as you can see that from the first one to second one, difference is 4. So I can take, as we go along, you always just going to be adding 4. This would be 18. This would be 24. Right. And then the total number, you'd be adding the top and the bottom. 4 plus 14 is 18. This is supposed to be actually 22, sorry. Right? I hope we're together. And then 6 plus 18 is 24. 8 plus 22 is 30. And the difference between the third row is 6. So we know that we have a pattern here, a pattern here, and a pattern here, which will help us tell as we go along per size how much it is, right? As you can see here, to say, look, first one is 2, 4, 6. As you go along, you keep on adding 2. White tiles, we keep on adding 4. And the total number of tiles, we keep on adding 6, right? That's simple. But now here comes a question that says, look, I want to know when I hit 30. And you know that you can't keep on writing size 7, then you write and keep on adding. It's going to become tiring. So you need to find a way of multiplying or adding that is short. That is short and helps you get straight to the answer. So now I want to ask you guys, how does the size relate to any of its, I wouldn't say products, but any of its numbers of white tiles, purple tiles, and total number of tiles? How does 4 relate to 8 and 4 relate to 22 and 4 to relate to 30? Anyone? How does 4 relate to that? How can we find a general rule of multiplying just by looking at size number to get both the number of purple tiles, the number of white tiles, and the total number of tiles? Anyone? Anyone? How is 1 related to 2, which is also related to 10, which is also related to 12? How is it? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? All right. We do see that. Let's start here. Oh, perfect. There's someone. Hello?
Sir,
Yes.
how we see that 30 relates to those white blocks, it's at the first one you counted 16 blocks and then it added more, which means these blocks around here might equal to 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir, that's how I think they relate.
All right. Not really. I do hear where you're coming from. I do hear where you're coming from, but it's not what we're really looking for.
To get the answer, you times the number by 2. Like for example, 1. 1 times 2 will give you 2.
Uh-huh. To get the number of purple tiles, all you do is multiply the size number by 2.
Yes.
How to get the number of white tiles? What do you think we should do?
Then we times it by 5 to get 10.
So I'm saying looking at size number alone. Because if I look at size number, 1 times 10 is 10. But the way I got the 10 for 1 might not be the way I need to get the 14 for the second size. All right. Let me, because time is already gone. Right. Let me help you guys out. Look at, if we're looking at the vertical pattern, we established that size number multiplied by 2, right, gives you the number of purple tiles. Then I look at, okay, I have size number, I need to get 14. I can multiply, because remember that we keep on this row. We need to remember that I need to find a way that works for all of them. I multiply this by 4, I get 8, right? And then I add 6, I get 14. Okay, it works out. I multiply this, I get 4, I add 6, I get 18. So what are we trying to do is that we're trying to establish a general rule for all the numbers using the size number. I have 4. I multiply 4 times 4 is 16, plus 6 is 22. You understand? We move on. Total number of tiles. I say 2 times 6 is 12, plus 6 is 18. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24. You're trying to use a method that works for all of them. And it would need you to try out as many examples as possible. But because our time is gone, right? Because our time is gone, let me go directly to your homework, right? Tomorrow we'll go over this one more time. Here is your homework. Take a screenshot of your homework. It is good if you understood that that all those patterns are interrelated. And it is good if you saw how each of the patterns worked. That is wonderful. If you are able to see that, perfect, amazing, wonderful. So in terms of how's this? In terms of finding that rule, that rule to help us get exactly, let's say we want to find out 30 and stuff like that, we will try it tomorrow and see how best do we fare. Hello?
Oh no, sir. Sorry, I left my hand up, sir.
All right. So right now, all I need you guys is to work out input for how, if for example, number one, if the input is 3, the output is 5, that means that there's a difference of 2. And you work out all of this and you finish that out so you can understand it from member size, number, all of that. That would be your homework. Then tomorrow, it's now when we start learning tricks to start seeing, okay, no, this would work here, this would work there, because it really needs you to start thinking. Now you're starting to go to third level of thinking, where now you're starting to pose to say, can I create a rule myself that works out? Because imagine that now you need to think to say, okay, if I multiply by 4 and add this, it always is going to give me the answer that I need, looking at a changing size number. But we're going to do that from tomorrow. If there are no questions, guys, I'd just like to say, guys, I love you. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being amazing students. Continue to be working hard. I am here for you anytime and always. Guys, you guys will have all your feedback tomorrow. And yeah, by tomorrow morning, you'll be waking up to your feedback of your tests. And thank you guys for being amazing students. Thank you so much for being the greatest of them all. I love you all. Goodbye and stay blessed. Bye-bye.